taking up to the path of spirituality is not a partial, temporary change, but it is a total evolution. It's not like a traditional, cultural attitude, but it is a total change of your entire inner personality. In the evolutionary scale, the unicellular organism becomes the fish. The fish itself transforms and turns to a bird. It's a total evolution. The ape man becomes the modern youngster. It's a total change. It's not that the ape man has started shaving every day, therefore he became… No. It's a total change in his physical, anatomical structure, his physiological functioning, his mental and intellectual abilities and capacities and visions. Total change. Even the brain cells have changed. It is an evolution. In the same way, don't try to make it as a program of 1 hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. I am spiritual. You can write I am spiritual unbottled. But you are not spiritual at all. It must be alert and vigilant all the time. It's a total transformation, and not even transformation. It's a total unfoldment of a new dimension of consciousness. It's not a Sunday religion or a Friday namaz. It is not a Krishnashtami puja or a Devi temple. Now it's coming Navaratri. I don't eat Navaratri, Swamiji. Oh, 9 days of 365 days you don't eat, and continuously think of what you will be eating from 10th day onwards. This is anything spiritual? It must be a total change. Thus the following verses explain that how it must be alert and vigilant all the time, and it must be a part of your own life. It is not a program of the day, but it is your changing into a new vision and working towards that vision. Vishuddha.
Vishuddhamantah karanam svarupe Niveshya sakshinyavabodhamatre Shanai shanai nischalatamupaanayan Purnam swamevanuvilokaye tataha.
It is a lack of pre-adjustments of your personality that the final result never comes to us. It is easy to everyone to say that this spiritual path is very difficult. It is difficult also only because you have not made the necessary adjustments. So from all these stanzas, Vivek Chudamani, he gave you the mechanics of human life. Thereafter, what are the obstructions that are for your awakening to the higher state? How they are to be eliminated? All details have been given so far. Now the teacher is just reminding you. See, switch on the radio, take up the band that you want, the station you want, and eliminate the disturbances, and you enjoy the music. That is all. But if you don't make those adjustments, nothing will happen. Even though the broadcasting station is continuously broadcasting, you have got a receiving set at home, but you don't know how to handle it. It's not the fault of the broadcasting station. Narayana is sending out his grace everywhere, at all times, to everyone. You have got a receiving set, but your receiving set is tuned up to another station called OET. And then you are complaining that programs from home are not reaching me. I am, God forbid, change the station. There is no other way. It is broadcast all the time. The moment you tune up to that, you get it. So then the teacher is pointing out again, Vishuddham Andhakaranam, Andhakarana, inner instruments. Inner instruments. Liver, pancreas, kidney. Inner instruments. Liver, kidney, lungs and heart and that too to be Vishuddha. So purify them all with soap. Take it out, wash it and put it in. Andhakarana, manabuddhi, chitta hangara. The inner instruments of your personality, the mind, intellect, the ego and the consciousness, all these Vishuddha, purified. Purified means minimum extrovertedness, disturbance. Lesser thought agitations, nobler you are. If you are a criminal and done wrong things, the mind will be always in agitation. If you have taken a share of the Beaufort, you will not be able to sleep properly. You are a shareholder in the scam, you can't sleep now. Why? You are agitated. Nobody has caught you. No police case is there, but you are afraid. Honey, I am afraid. Never mind, darling, we have covered the money in our hand very safely. But even then police may come. The poor fellow cannot sleep. He has got a very good house, beautiful bed, beautiful air conditioned, comfort, all that, because the paisa is through him. He learned about money is there, cheating all the middle class people. They have looted them and they have got the money and they have enjoy, but they can't enjoy. They have got enjoyable goods around them, but their experience is always sorrow. Purify the mind. Then only the mind will become available for you for higher purposes. Vishuddham andhakaranam swarupe niveshya. So turn, the mind turned means attention of the mind. Purify it meaning no more roaming about in the world of OET with attachment, desire, lust, greed. Without that, when the mind has become quite and withdrawn from them, it is a pure mind. That pure mind's entire attention turned towards Swarupe, in your Swaswarupa, in your into your own self, the subject in you, Swarupe, Sakshinya Avabodhamatre. And what do you mean by turning the attention to the Swarupa? Means learn to live in your life as a mere witness of everything. When you are standing apart as a witness, you are no more. You are in the world. Things are happening around, physical, mental, and intellectual, but all of them becomes a show, a game, a play, and you sit there as a Sakshi enjoying it, watching it. Swarupe Sakshinya Avabodha Matra. That is, the Sakshi is only Bodha Matra, pure consciousness, knowledge, not knowledge of things. The spring of consciousness, standing as a Sakshi, because these are going on. Even though the mind has been purified, there are still thoughts and experiences coming up. You stand apart, uninvolved in them, and watch the procession of experiences and thoughts moving about. Avabodha matra. You are only just a bodha, the knower, and not the known. Avabodha matra. Shanai, shanai. Slowly, slowly. Don't try to do it, with a what is that? In all of a sudden, with impatience. No, don't bring all your force upon it. It is not hatha. That is only temporarily. Allow it to flower forth, the blossom forth. A bud opens up slowly. Don't hasten it. If you hasten a bud, it can open. But by the time you present it to the lady of your heart, she receives it, and you are looking into her eyes, and she looking into the flower. The flower has got marks on it because your finger has wounded it, and the smell is a stink. A flower, a bud that is opened by force, has neither beauty nor fragrance. Similarly, 1,000,000 times more subtle than the flower, the inner petals of a bud, thousands of times more subtle is your mind. Don't try it by force. Give it enough time. Let it be kept in that healthy atmosphere of remembrance of the Lord. Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani, bhavayatmani, bhavayatmani. That is the atmosphere in which the flower will open up. The mind will reach out to the higher state. Purnam swamevanu tataha. Tataha, then you shall experience your own self everywhere. Meaning, once you woke up that state of consciousness, that state of consciousness wipe clean all the names and forms that you have been perceiving in a different plane of consciousness. And you see avalokana, you are experiencing the same infinite consciousness everywhere. Though you are searching the Atman, when you reach there, you experience the Brahman, which is the substratum for the whole universe. Dehendriya.
देहेन्द्रिय प्राण मनोहमादिभिः मनोहमादिभिः स्वाज्ञानक्लृप्तैरखिलैरुपाधिभिः क्लृप्तैरखिलैरुपाधिभिः विमुक्तमात्मानमखण्डरूपम् पूर्णं महाकाशमिवावलोकयेत् पूर्णं महाकाशमिवावलोकयेत्.
The first line with a pencil, cut off that R, Ra. Ahamadi, Aharadi, it is not there. Ra, Ra is like a spelling mistake. Printer's devil. Dehendriya, Deha, body, Indriya, sense organs, Prana, the white layer, Mana, mind, Aham, the ego, the sense of ego, Adipi, Ahamadibihi. That ra is a wrong devil. Printer's devil. Cut it out. Ahamadibihi. Swa, all these from where did you come? Swa ajnana janita. It is born out of not knowing your true nature. It is only when you forget that you are sleeping in your comfortable bed in the security of your bedroom that the mind brings out the concept of the dream. Dream cannot come when you are conscious of your body, your waking state. In the non-apprehension of the waking state in you, the misapprehensions of the dream starts. The non-apprehension of the rope gives the picture of the misapprehension of the snake. Non-apprehension of the post gives you the idea that you have actually seen a ghost. Thing. So it's ajnana janita, ajnana kriptaihi. Kripta, produced out of, constructed, created. Akhilair upadhibihi. These are all upadhis, equipments. The body, the sense organs, the prana, the mind and the ego. And these are the equipments with which we are playing all the day, all through our life. These are upadhis, equipments. And these equipments are created, projected by our non-apprehension of the truth, the reality. Non-apprehension of that nature that you have forgotten, I am that, and therefore these projections. Identified with them, you have become a Mr. Ego, the Jiva. All these are products of your avidya. Vimuktam atmanam akhandarupam. You shall get yourself liberated from all these equipments and come to experience akhanda, unbroken, constant, the very nature of Purnam, Purna, all-pervading, without any Swagata Bheda, Purnam, Paripurna, Kevala, that pure consciousness alone, devoid of all objects of awareness, objectless consciousness. You come to wake up into that state. Mahakashamivāvalokayed. But Swamiji, how is it like? It is like Mahakasha. Mahakasha, the space, total space. Space that allows everything to exist. But none of the things that space allows to stay touches space. It allows filth and Ganga Jal to be in space. Space gives the accommodation. Akash is that which gives avakash for things. There where there is accommodation for it, that is called space. That is why when anybody comes and tries to sit near you, there is no space here. No space here means your huge size cannot go inside. There is not enough accommodation. Go to another space where there is accommodation. That which gives accommodation for things to exist is called Akash, space. Space accommodates everything, allows everything to remain. But none of those things can condition, color, the space. Space is untouched by it. Now when objects are removed, like the universal space, come to experience this pure consciousness as pure consciousness. None of the objects that you were before conscious of are there to disturb it. Ghatakala.
घटकलशकुसूलसूचिमुखैः कुसूलसूचिमुखैः गगनमुपादिशतैर्विमुक्तमेकम् गगनमुपादिशतैर्विमुक्तमेकम् भवति न विविधं तथैव शुद्धं परमहमादिविमुक्तमेकमेव
Ghada, a big pot, mud pot. Kalasha, smaller pot. Call it jug. This is a kalasha are being filled up. Here there will be puja, and then everybody takes a kalasha and pour it. A smaller pot, that is all. The other is ghada, in which you take water from the well and go to the to the garden to water it plenty. So ghata, kalasha, kusula. Kusula, barn, meaning large halls. In good old days we used to put grain in these halls. Now grain is not available, therefore you are all. Barn is a large halls where they used to store away their grains for the whole year until the next fasal or the cultivation comes in. Barn. So, ghada, kalasha, kusula, suchi mukhi. Suchi, that's needle with which you stitching needle. It has got a mukha, it has got a mouth, meaning the eye of the needle. Ghada, kalasha, kusula, hall. That one. The eye of the needle. All these contain space. Ghada has got space. Kusula, kalasha has got space. Kusula has got space. The eye of the needle also has got space. All these are space. Now, mukhaihi gaganam upadhishataihi vimukta eka. Now, you remove all these upadhis. The big pot is broken. Give it to the brahmacharis, they will do it in no time. Kalasha fell from your hand. The barn broken down. The sui broken. When does these conditionings are removed? Small, minutest or large areas, gaganam, the space, ekam is one and the same. You can say quantitatively that the pot is larger than kalasha, or there is no comparison between the space of the barn and the space in the eye of a needle. But once all these equipments are removed, the space that went in, filled up the pot, is the space that is in the kalasha, is the space in the hall, is the space in the eye of a needle. They were seemingly different. You can measure them. It's only because of the conditioning. When the conditioning is removed, space is one at all times. In the same way, bhavatina vividham tadhaiva. The space doesn't become vividham, separate. The pot space, the kalasha space, the barn space, the the needle space. No. Once these equipments are removed, all of them merge into one. It is just a pure space. not vividam, not different. Shuddham, similarly, Shuddham, Param, supreme, Shuddham, pure, uncontaminated by the equipments and their objects. When in your contemplation you rise above these, at that time, Param, the supreme, Ahamadi vimuktam, when all these equipments of I, my physical body, mental body, intellectual and thoughts, agitations, worries, these are all conditions. You are all conscious of them all. When these are removed, in that still moment of contemplation, what you will realize is that pure consciousness, which was playing, conditioned by your physical, mental, intellectual thoughts, projections, which are constantly changing, unreal, and these are projected because of your non-apprehension of the reality. When these are all removed, the reality becomes unveiled. The non-apprehension ends in the apprehension of reality, ekameva. That what remains thereafter is one without a second, wherein you yourself is no more there, you have awakened. Just as the dreamer wakes up and becomes a waker, similarly you yourself become that pure consciousness. Brahmadi.
Brahmadistamba paryantaha mrisha matra upadhayaha tatah purnam swamatmanam pasyedekatmana sthitam.
Brahmadi, from the Creator, who has got the four head, the four Vedas, pure knowledge. From the Brahmadi, the Creator, the total mind, Brahmadi, Stamba Paryanta, a unicellular organism, a bunch of a bunch of grass. Everything. Brahmadi Stamba Paryantam is an idiom. From the sun and the moon onwards to stupid you. Meaning, from 1 to 100. Don't ask, then 10th is also in it. 20th and 30th is including ever, all things. Brahmadi Stamba Paryantaha Mrisha Matra. They are all unreal. They are real so long as you have not understood the higher. Just as the dream is real so long as you are not woken up. But you know that the dream of last night was Mrisha, false, non-existent, nothing. In that plane of consciousness, yes, temporarily they could give me all the sorrows and joys of the dream. But the moment I wake up with a smile, I wipe out the dream. Isn't it? If nothing else happens in the worldly life, then you remember all the dreams that you had. Last September I had a dream. In January, I think, January about 15, I had a dream. Oh! These are because there is nothing else to take interest in the present life. You are bored with the existing life. Therefore you remember all the different dreams. An active, dynamic man, he vaguely sees a dream, and early morning when you wake up, a vague idea that there was a dream. But after a cup of tea, you don't remember. Did you dream? Maybe, may not be, I don't remember. But there are people who can remember 2 months ago I dreamt. They are all very unique people in the world. Some people can remember 1 month ago on Sunday 23rd what you took for lunch. They remember. They are called real eaters. They enjoy it. They record those experiences for future guidance. Knowledge, solid knowledge. We just eat it and forget all about it. The rest of the body does, and we think of only the ideas that we have to pursue. Right. So then these Brahmadi Stambha Paryanta, Mrisha Matra Upadhaya, all the upadhis, all the equipments, the body, the mind, the intellect, and their objects, emotions and thoughts, the field, all these are temporarily there. We are not saying no, but they are not the reality. The objects are real to you, the ego who is now living in our present state of consciousness. But when you wake up, you suddenly realize all these are mrisha matra. Tataha, therefore, purnam swamatmanam. It is at that time when you go beyond the equipments, purnam, paripurna, all full, swamatmanam, your own self, pashed, you shall experience. Pashed, not see. Swamiji, whatever meditation, I can't see Atman. Ayya. Atman is ashamed to see you. Because Atman is full knowledge. You don't exist in him. What can he do? See? This is your projection. My wife, I am tired of her. She never comes to share my dream. Whenever I dream and wake up and say, darling, did you see that? What? You can't come with me to the dream. No, everywhere I can come, but not to your dream. Why? That is your private projection. Similarly, you and I are projected that I am an ego. Paramatma's standpoint, you don't exist. Ayya. And then you say that Swamiji, Bhagavan is not blessing me. How can he bless? He doesn't see you there. It is your dream that you are separate from him. Hi. Hey Ramchandra, Hey Krishna, Hey Shyam, Hanumanji, Chalisa. It's good for your preparing your mind and quietening the mind. Yes! But when you reach there, none of these things are there. Including you don't exist. What a pity. It's not a pity. You, the limited, has become the universe. The individuality end. The totality come to exist. And you experience that I am the total, Purna. Swamatmanam pashed egatmana sthitam. This Paramatma, the Self, is ever existing as egatmana, as one without a second. There is no plurality in him.
Yatra bhrantya kalpitam tadviveke tattan matram naiva tasmat vibhinnam bhrantirnashe bhranti drishta hi tattvam rajjustadvad vishvamatma swarupam.
The same verse did come a month ago in the same Vivek Chudamani. And in the same hall I was explaining. The same Swami explained to the same stupid ones who are now looking at me as if something surprising has come. This stanza has already come. Never mind. Yatra, there where, bhrandya, due to your delusion, kalpitam, projected. The ghost is projected by your kalpita. The rope and the snake is projected by your bhrandi, not knowing the reality behind. So whatever that is projected because of your delusion in you, and you see the illusory thing projected. Illusion is outside what you see. Delusion is your unique intellectual condition at that time. What is that condition? Bhranta. You are mad. Bhrantiya, due to the delusion in you, kalpitam tad viveke, that very same thing that you saw there, the snake that you saw. Viveke, when the viveka, the right knowledge comes, when you see the rope, tad viveke tattanmatram, there is only the rope, not even a piece of that snake. Swamiji, the tail is still there. Rope I am seeing, but the tail is there. You know, there's some people who say, about 1/3 spiritually developed. 2/3 is still back. There is no fractioning. Either you are in it or you are not in it. Tattanmatram naiva tasmad vibhinnam. There is nothing of the rope, the snake in the rope. The rope alone is there, one without a second. None of your projected snake can be in the rope. Tattanmatram, only the rope and rope alone. Naiva tasmat vibhinnam. There is nothing other than the rope in the rope. But in the delusion you saw it. At that time you never saw the rope. The moment you see the rope alone is not a square centimeter of the snake can exist in it. Bhrandir nashe bhranti drishtam ahi tattvam. Ahitva, either ahi, the snake, that you saw in your bhranti was that cannot be existing. Bhranti nasha. When that delusion is ended, the snake is no more. Rajju alone you can see. Tadvad, similarly, Vishwam Atma Swarupam. At this moment you are seeing a Vishwa. Vishwa, a world of multiplicity, dynamically functioning, technological age, political strife, fasting, what is that? Famine in one end, fighting and killing in another end. See? All these are going on, sorrowful tragedy, and you are not trying to bring about, but the world is going and none of these things are in Brahman. Wake up. This bhranti must be ended. With a clear vision, look at it. Nothing but the holy of the holy, the pure self alone is all. These are all projections, projected by your mind. And your mind for the last few centuries have been keeping only vulgarity and distraction in your mind. So what you are projecting is only destruction all around you. And you sympathize. 14 people died. 260 people died in the, what is that? In the boat. Floods have come. People are dying. 1,643 people died in Pakistan. And in India, 333 only. Lucky. We are happy. Why? More died there, less died. These are the evaluations because your mind is so dirty. Cleansing the mind is the only method. The more the mind is cleansed in a larger number of people, that is the time when there is a cultural revival. Other times they are all sorrow and sorrow alone all around. It may be so, but even that one single individual who is awakening, purifying the mind, From his standpoint, it is all Bhagavan's Leela. Meaning, with no purpose in him. He is playing about. Thus, these are, just as when the Bhranti is gone, the snake is no more, only the rope, one without a second. Similarly, when the knowledge has arrived, you shall recognize that all that you saw as a multiplicity of the world and the problems of the world all disappear. And it is all nothing but that Satchidanandatman everywhere present at all times.
Swayam Brahma Swayam Vishnuhu Swayam Indra Swayam Shivaha Swayam Vishwamidam Sarvam Swasmadanyanna Kinchana.
Only Brahmamayam Jagat. There is nothing else. While I was seeing the plurality, in order to lift myself to that divine state of mental quietude, yes, I accepted and logically proved that there is a Brahmaji, the creator, the sustainer, the Vishnu, and the Shiva, the destroyer. True. These three are the three-pronged manifestation of the omnipotent reality. The reality is the source of all your potencies. Minus the reality, you are inert matter. Matter is enlivened by that reality. Now that reality, omnipotent Lord, expresses himself in the world all around you. And you can perceive it with your eyes. And the rishis analyzed it and said that total omnipotency, the all total capacity or ability in the Lord expresses itself in the world of plurality in three channels. One, at one point things are being born. You are not responsible. You are foolishly thinking that, I am the responsible, I am the father, I produced my children. You cannot. There are other fathers who are sweating from morning till evening. Nothing happens. Some people, they don't know how it happens, but it comes. See, the point is, it is not you. And you are not the father of all the plants and animal and human. The creation is at all levels. Every moment, everywhere. From unicellular organism they multiply. Everything is born at one end. The creative power we can watch. We can also watch at the other end, everything is dying. Don't plants die? Animals die. Human die. Nobody is permanent. They die. You can accuse human beings that you are the cause of destruction. But your cause of destruction, all told, if you do, it is only 0.1% of the total destruction is going on in nature. Nature, at every square inch, things are dying. So, creative power and the power of destruction, and in between these two, there seems to be an appearance of existence. You are all existing. Then, 100 years ago, none of you were here. Then you came. Now you are existing. In another 100 years' time, God be praised, none of you will be there. Is it not? This is life. You need not complain, protest against Ingulab, Sindabad. You can't strike against him. It is a law. Thus, in this world of Einsteinian world of change, which that German scientist was satisfied by saying everything is in a state of flux. But our rishis never keep quiet, nor our disciples and students. They ask in question. And the Lord said, there is a mighty power behind this universe. It expresses in this universe of names and forms in 3 channels, the power of creation, the power of sustenance, and the power of destruction. And in between these two, there seems to be an appearance of existence. You are all existing. Then, 100 years ago, none of you were here. Then you came. Now you are existing. In another 100 years' time, God be praised, none of you will be there. Is it not? This is life. You need not complain, protest against Ingulab, Sindabad. You can't strike against him. It is a law. Thus, in this world of Einsteinian world of change, which that German scientist was satisfied by saying everything is in a state of flux. But our rishis never keep quiet, nor our disciples and students. They ask in question. And the Lord said, there is a mighty power behind this universe. It expresses in this universe of names and forms in 3 channels, the power of creation, the power of sustenance, and the power of destruction. Now, an average man, an uneducated, untrained intellect cannot conceive power. So to make it easy for them, the ever-kind rishis bottled these 3 powers: Brahmaji, creator; Vishnu, sustainer; and Shiva, destroyer. I see, now I understand. No. They have got a postal address. Shiva is in Kailash. Vishnu is in Vaikuntha. And Brahmaji, we don't know exactly. Those are 3. Everybody, name, postal address, name, a form, a shape, and each one of them got a wife. An average man. I see. Brahmaji. But when you start closing your eyes and coming to contemplation, you realize that in me all the 3 are functioning. Isn't it? Sunday, after your breakfast, you are reading the newspaper, and after finishing the newspaper, an original Brahmaji's thought comes up. Original thought which never was in your mind. Newspaper folded, one thought came. why not one more cup of coffee? Original thought, which was not there in your mind. Who thought? I thought. The Brahmaji in me brought it up. Now, at that moment, I have two choices. Either say, nah, shut up. It will die. Shivaji. In you invoke the Shivaji. But we generally are very Vaishnavite. Coffee. How nice the coffee. After all, coffee. I am not asking them to give me any coffee. I am the head of the family. I am the earning member. Unless Sunday I want one more cup of coffee. What is wrong in it? Coffee. You maintain the thought. You can't sit quietly. You get up from there. Go to the kitchen. And you are seeing her half sweating and still standing there and cooking your lunch. You go inside the kitchen. You have not the courage to declare what you want. And you quietly come back. You sit down in your chair, newspaper, there is nothing you have already read. Even once reading was a mistake, but the second time you cannot read. But the mind, Vishnu going on. Coffee. You did not get a coffee. How nice it would be. Sit down here and a cup. Resting on the saucer. Steam going up. Get up again. Again go to the kitchen. Now she being a woman, she never answers. But she has really understood that he has come in and gone already once, and the second time he is coming in. He is a guy who never came to the kitchen in all his life to help me, so it cannot be for helping me. So then she, out of infinite kindness, "Kya chahiye? What do you want?" So you hesitate. No, I am just looking around. Oh, what are you looking around? Then if the coffee decoction is there, don't throw it away, prices are going up. You see? I will, one cup of coffee, you know. Acha denge. How? Shanto. Again come and sit down. But she forgets it because she is cooking. Again you go there. Abhi diya. Pani rakha hai. Ubalne do. And if you are making another coffee, we don't want it. But if the decoction is there, and you come back. Brahmaji in you is angry. If you say like that, she will say, I am not making any new coffee. Now Vishnu is not going to keep you quiet. Vishnu, coffee. Or there may be a quarrel in the house. Aap aisi hai, kabhi nahi helping me, and I am doing that, and I am not doing my work. I am doing it for you only, and you have no appreciation. You never appreciate. Go to the nearest shop and eat. Coffee you want. Just now I give you no coffee. At that time I asked you one more cup. You said no. Parama Vairagi. And now they can't say no. Chahiye to tum bana lo. It can be ended in a quarrel. All this can be ended if you invoke the Shiva in you and say, stop it, no more coffee. Why do coffee? Another coffee. You can drop it. You are doing it every day. You think of, let us go to the kitchen, maybe something there, they must be constantly making pakoras or something. Let us go there. A original idea, pakode idea comes with you. And then the Vishnu goes on, pakode. So you go to the kitchen and they go in, then howls at you. Pai looks at you. The other servants ask you, what do you add? And you can't say pakode. You come away, But the mind, the Vishnu will not keep quiet. Pakavade, pakavade, pakavade. So you slowly walk out of the ashram. There are pakavade shops. And they are all thinking that the Swami calls everybody and then starves them, poor people. They can't eat anything, they come for pakavade for us also. We give them pakavade and that is how they survive. Thus, criminal thoughts, vulgar thoughts, noble thoughts come, you may maintain them or destroy them. So all the three are three powers of the omnipotent Lord. The Om, the essence, the spiritual essence in you, which expresses in your own mind as Brahma, the power of creation, Vishnu, the power of sustenance, and Shiva, the power of destruction. All the three are constantly going on in you. Therefore, Swayam Brahma, this Atman, the self in me, is myself, the Brahma, creator. Swayam Vishnu, I am the Vishnu. Vishnu meaning the power to sustain that thought. In many of you in the Vedantic classroom, Vishnu power is very low. The moment you get up from the seat, Shiva comes and destroys all the thoughts that you have heard. Creative thoughts, you see. So that is why when you get up, you say Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva. Why? Start crying, Krishna Krishna, then it will maintain itself, the thoughts, ideas. Never mind. Vishnu. Swayam, Indra Swayam Shivaha. Indra is the Vedic period. Indra is the power or the king of gods. Indriyanam Raja Indra. Swayam Indra. I myself am the mind, playing as the mind, mastering over all the sense organs, functioning through all the sense organs all the time. If I don't function through the sense organs have no sense powers, faculties. That I am the Indra, I am the Shiva. Swayam Vishwamidam Sarvam. I myself am. All this Vishwamidam Sarvam. All these Vishwa is only that one consciousness alone. Sosmad Anyan Nakinchana. Other than me, there is nothing even an iota. Hey, once you wake up from the dream, you are that waker. And there is not even iota of anything of the dream in the waking state. It's two different planes of consciousness. When you are awakened into that, there is nothing. You yourself is all the mighty powers of the infinite omnipotent Lord. Antasvayam japi.
Antasvayam chapi bahisvayam cha. Swayam purastat swayameva paschat. Swayam hyavatyam swayamapyudityam. Tathoparishtat swayamapyadhastat.
Same, the crazy madness into which he enters when he is experiencing that with his pen in hand. So he is trying to express. See, when I have got a sorrow and I am trying to, which a bereavement happened 2 years ago, but today I am meeting you for the first time and therefore I am explaining to you that sorrow that I had 2 years ago. Is it not proper and natural that I start weeping? As though that experience was happening right now. Will not my mind come to relive that sorrow. Even though it was 2 years ago, my wife died. After one year, I have married a new wife also. I am very satisfied with the new wife and I am comfortably living. It is then that you, my friend, comes. Hey, Bhenji kahan? Then you remembered, oh yes, at that time he was here, our family member, almost a family member, and he knew my wife. What happened? And he explains how it all happened and how she left. And she held my hand in her hand and said, promise me before I go that you will marry. So I promised her. And now I have fulfilled my promise also. Now the point is, you have got a wife and a new wife or a child also, or she is pregnant, it's all right. But when you remember that, so in the same way, Shankara was expounding and explaining, and he is a guy who had had the experience, and therefore he goes into that experience. And when he says that I am the Brahman, I am the Vishnu, I am the Indra, I am the Shiva, he gets into that and he can't come out. But at the same time, he has to express it because the pen is in his hand. So for your sake, that great master, from that infinite bliss, had to pull himself down to the stupid world of pen and paper. See what a sacrifice he must have made. And he says, Anda Swayam, within me there is nothing but Swayam, that pure self alone. Chabi, Behis Swayam, outside also is nothing but Brahman. Swayam Purasthad, in front of me nothing but Brahman. Swayameva Paschat, piche dekho, wo bhi Brahman. Isn't it? After waking up from the dream, in front of you also is waking, in the back also is waking. Some people are exempted. They dream all the time. But healthy man wakes up and you are in the waking state. Swayam hi avachyam, in the north, south also. I mean, what is it? The same Atman. Swayamapyudhityam, north also is nothing but Brahman. Don't say that in South India there is no Brahman. South India, Dravida. North India is all Brahman. And in North India, real Brahman is in Punjab. It's not localized, it's all everywhere, it's the same. Tato Bharishtham, upar dekho, Brahman. Below also, nothing but Brahman. Meaning, it's Brahman everywhere. And this is a transliteration of what has been said in Mundaka Upanishad, and the mantra is quoted in the footnote. If those who are curious enough can read it for yourself.
Tarangafena Brahmabudbudadi Sarvam Swarupena Jalam Yatha Tatha Chideva Dehadyahamantametat Sarvam Chidevaikarasam Vishuddham.
Taranga, waves. Pena, foam, lather in the waters. Brahma, Brahmara, the whirlpool in the waters. Budbudadi, bubbles. So waves, foam, whirlpools, bubbles, all these that you are seeing on the surface of the sea Sarvam, all of them are Swarupen. When I think about it, what is his nature? Where did it all come from? What is it? They are all Swarupena by their nature. Jalam, they are all water. Water in different forms are called different shapes and different names. Yatha tatha, just as waves, foam, whirlpool and bubbles are all nothing but water in different forms. Yatha, just as it is so Chideva is all nothing but that Chitta consciousness. Deha, Dehadhyahamandametat. From Deha, from the grossest, the body, to the subtlest, the ego. Everything that you got, the entire BMI and OET, are all nothing but that Chitta alone. Just as the water alone appears as the big wave, small wave, foam, lather, bubbles, whirlpools, they are all different shapes and therefore different names. But all of them are, in essence, nothing but water. Similarly, your grossest body onwards to the subtle ego in you functioning are all nothing but Brahman alone. The hood up to the tail, or the snake that frightens you, everything is nothing but the rope. It's a question of seeing it, perceiving it. At this moment you don't know it, therefore you see the snake. Chideva dehadya ahamanda metat sarvam chideva ekalasam vishuddham. All these are vishuddha, pure. Pure means none of these things are there in it. It's all appearance. It's a projection superimposed upon the reality. It's all nothing but Brahma alone, Brahmamayam Jagat.